Hello friends, this is Ganesh and video number 19 on ABAP. And this is the final video on internal table, hopefully. So if I find anything is missed or if anything to be added, probably I can include other videos as well. Excuse me. So in this session, we are going to see some interesting concept like read table, what is the use of read table and why we need it, and nested loops, continuous statement, and then collect keyword. Then finally we're going to see what are types of internal tables. So far we have seen what are the various way we have to create an internal table, but now we are going to see officially what are the types are available for an internal table. Okay, so there are three types: standard, sorted, and hashed. And then properties of each type, like it's like pros and cons. So what can be done, what cannot be, do's and don'ts. So those things we're going to see about internal types of internal table. Okay, let's go to the next slide. So the first I'm going to explain about read. So the idea or the scenario is I have three different internal tables, but these are related or dependent internal tables, and I need to move the data to the final internal table, maybe for a report purpose, or I need to update in database table, or I want to send as a file, whatever it is. So my scenario would be the final table is going to be carried the data from three different internal tables, so body of an internal table. So the relation is I have a header, maybe the sales order header and the sales order item, and I need to find out what are the deliveries or created for the sales order item. So item level. So these are the relation which is happening between header, item, and delivery internal table, and then I'm going to use it in the, I'm going to pass the data to the IT final. The basic idea is we have a loop within loop. That is one of the way we can do it. Excuse me. But the problem is it's like I can keep a header as an internal table in a loop, and inside I'm going to keep my sales item, another internal table as a loop, and it depends on that. Within this loop, I'm going to keep IT delivery as another loop. So finally I will get a data, but problem is it will keep on executing the data again and again. Okay, like it has 5 records, and if it has 10 records, so if you're going to keep the header and item in a nested loops, what happens? So 5 into 10, so 50 times it's unnecessarily executing the data from the internal table. So iteration is more unnecessarily, so we need to avoid this. So that's why we go with the concept called read table. So now what I'm going to do is the same concepts I'm going to use dependence like IT tab, sorry, IT is item. Based on the header information, I'm going to get the information through read table, get the exact data, whatever I want. Based on one sales order number, I need to get the sales order item, get the information, put it in my final internal table with the help of read. So read is going to scan the entire internal table once and get the data. But loopers is keep on executing it, even if if it finds the data, but it's keep on executing because that is the property of loop. So loop is nothing but it should execute until it reaches the last line or last record. You might have a question like, I have a where condition. Yes, if it is a where condition, once the particular data is fine, it automatically comes out, or it won't go inside the loop if the where condition fails. Okay, but if there is no where condition, it's automatically going inside the loop and get it. So mostly it's very old, but you should aware of it. What is nested loop? And then another one is IT delivery. IT delivery is based on item. It's not actually header, it's item. So how it should be is, one second, it should be like this. So based on the item, I want to get the delivery information. So here also I'm going to use a read. So one loop, the second one is read, and here also I'm going to use the read table concept. And based on that, I'm going to fill my final internal table. So I will show you the example with nested loops and how it works. At the same time, I will show you in the read table as well. Okay. And the next one is Okay, read table properties. It's like once you use read table, please keep in your mind. So sort an internal table based on the search fields. You need to sort it. The previous videos I explained what is the use of sort. Sort the internal table by ascending, descending, or by this field 1, field 2. So those are options are available. So if you're going to do a read table, you have to, it's not a syntactically you have to, but you're not able to get the data exactly what you are required. Okay, so better you sort your internal table based on the search fields. Search field thing was a read table you're going to search right based on the WebLN I want, based on the WebLN and item number I want the data. So whatever where condition you're going to use in a read table statement, better you sort your internal table based on those fields. Okay, another one is binary search option. So if you want to increase the performance, because internal table means it has a huge volume of data, so better you always go with the binary search option in your internal table. Here also I am stretching again, if you use a binary search option, your internal table should be sort based on the fields, otherwise you won't get a proper data. Sometimes it will say there is no data, because you know about the binary search algorithm, right? It split the entire data volume and start searching in left hand side as well as right hand side. So you might aware of it. So that is the same concept is going to be used in the binary search option for read table. And no transporting fields. Some scenarios I don't want to take any data from the internal table, but I want to validate it whether this particular record is available or not. If that is the case, you can use a concept called no transporting fields, meaning I don't want to take any data from the internal table, just I want to validate it. If that is a scenario, please use no transporting fields as an addition in your read table statement. And finally, you're not able to use any negative checks in the read tables. It's like a loop you can use equal, not equal, greater than, less than, but in read table statement you can use only equal symbol. You can't use not equal, lesser than, greater than. No, it's not going to be used. Then how I can test the negative scenarios? You have to check using size aberracy value. Okay, if the read, same like select statement, if the read contains any data based on your where condition, then the size aberracy is 0. Other than that, it will give some different values. Probably it's 4 or 8 or 12. Okay, so it depends. So if you want a negative check, you have to do a negative based on your size aberracy value only. Okay. And yeah, this slide I didn't change it, that's fine. Okay, types of internal table probably will come after seeing the read table, nested loops, collect, and continue statements. Okay, let me take you to the system. Yeah, this is my system, and last almost more than a week, I believe my rental system is not available because of they do some upgrade, I believe. That's why I'm not able to put some videos on last week. Sorry for that. So this is my program. I already created it because I don't want to waste your time. It's already done. We got done this. I just select the information from VB AK table and keep it in a internal table. It's a wide open call because it's a training system. I have very less data. And then I'm going to take some sales order item information from VBAP with the help of for all entries, and I'm keeping in the internal table, another internal table, IT VB underscore AP. So on the flow, I'm declaring it. I'm not declare anything over here. And there are two different conditions I used. If size aberracy equal to 0, so means it has any data. Okay, then the size aberracy is 0. The same thing we are going to use a read statement as well. So size aberracy concept is it to check whether the above statement executed successfully or not. Okay, that is the meaning of that is the value which capture by size aberracy system field. And here I use a different validation just for your reference. ITVBAB is not initial. You already aware of it. For all entries, if you use for all entries, make sure your internal table has the data. Otherwise, it will take all the data from your database table. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to create a structure for my final internal table. Begin of final. So internal table field names might be differ, means it's not like same fields you have to use as the database table. Sales order, ABEL underscore VA and then sales item. Excuse me. Material. And what else? Plant I need. And then okay, I'll go a little different. So because I need delivery, it's okay, let it be. Sales order, sales item, and then delivery type ABLNVA. There was a question in the channel. So, is the same field can act as it can hold different business values? Of course, yes. If you see Veblen in VBAK holds sales order number, Veblen in LIPS it holds delivery number. So not only here, many other material document number also we are able to see. Okay, so the answer is yes. And then what is net weight? I believe. Let's see. Net weight type PRGEW underscore 15. Control space bar I used. Okay, end of structure final. So let's create. It's a traditional way I'm creating it. Let's create my work area based on the structure, and then let's create my body of an internal table, type table of STU final. Okay, done. So type table of excuse me. So now I'm going to use the loop first. So let's have the header information first, then item, and depends on the item I'm going to take the delivery. So loop at ITVBAK into, I'm going to declare on the flow work area for VBAK. Okay, then I need to move my details to the final table. So final has sales order equal to VBAK Veblen final. Okay, it doesn't have sales order item and all, everything I need from the another internal table. So only one field is filled for the internal table. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to use loop loop at ITVBAP into data WAVBAP. Okay, so let's see how the internal nested loops are working. Okay, then we'll go to that one. So what I'm going to do is let me have a variable just to see the count. So how many times inner count your loop is getting executed in the nested one, and outer count. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to say let's count my outer loop equal to GV outer loop plus 1. And inner loop GV inner loop equal to inner loop plus 1. And finally I'm going to display write outer loop count GV outer loop, then inner loop count GV inner loop. That's it. Let's see. Activate it. After upgrade, I believe the above version they used a little older one, so that's why it looks like a little different compared to my previous videos. Oh, sorry, outer count. Outer count. Yeah, I corrected all the places and activated. Excuse me. Okay, execute. I have a static breakpoint. So outer loop execute 43 times and inner loop execute 1892. Okay, a simple calculation. VBAK has how many records? 43 records and VBAP has 44 records. So 43 into 44. So that much times it just executed. So how 1892 times it executed your inner loop. Okay. So that's why nested loop is not advisable. But that might be a question. So let me go and I can have my where condition. That's well and good. Somewhat is okay. Where VBLN is equal to WAVBAK, sorry, hyphen VBLN. So only that particular sales order to be executed. So the control should go inside whenever the where condition gets satisfied. Execute. So if you see the outer and inner count, so 43 is the outer count and the inner count is also 43. Okay, 44. Probably one of the sales order has more than one item. That is the reason it's 44. So this way you are able to increase the performance, but still it's not advisable. Okay. So execute. Okay, so if you use a where condition, yes. So, but some people they used where or check. Okay, so inside they are doing it, but that is not advisable. So if WAVB AP hyphen VBLN equal to WAVB AK hyphen VBLN. Okay, so this way they are going to do it. So that is not the right approach. So let's have fill the final table. Then sales item equal to WA VBAP POSNR, and then I need material as well from VBAP MATNR. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to have one more loop inside this because it depends, right? It depends on the item. So I'm going to loop my delivery, okay, not delivery, lips into data IPS. So let's have the where condition here. Where VGBEL, so that is the sales order number over here equal to VBEL. Okay, that's it. Okay, I can have one more. If you want, you can have one more as well. Condition where condition. Let's go with the position. Sorry, not a position. What is that? Item number. VGPOS equal to VBAP and POSNR. Okay, if satisfied, then fill my final internal table details, I want delivery is equal to WA libs. So here is Veblen, and I want a plant as well. Then finally I want, what is the value name of it? Net weight. Okay, so net weight equal to libs and BRGEW. Okay, it's almost done. Then I'm going to use append. Okay, so everything has a delivery over here, so I just use append WA final to IT final data clear WA final. Okay, so you have to use append with some if condition. Suppose if loop is not, delivery is not available, then this also not able to add it over there, like Veblen sales order number or sales order material and everything also not added. So you have to use some if condition. So don't worry about it, because we're not going to use the nested loops. We'll do it very clearly in the read table. So this is just for your information, how the nested loops are might used probably in the very old program. So we need to understand, right? So component exists with name, no component exists with the name VGPOS. Did I take it? Okay, I didn't. Okay, PO is not, sorry. VGPOS. Okay, done. Back to it. Execute. So here I am not display anything. I will show you in the internal table level. So that will be my DNF. So ITVBAK and ITVBAP, then IT libs. So in the nested loops, excuse me. So 43 records, 44 records, and libs has only 12. So 12 deliveries are available for the particular sales order. Okay. So Veblen, these are deliveries. In libs, if you open VBAK, Veblen it's holding the sales order number. Here the sales order number is in VGBL. So these are sales order number and these are delivery numbers. Delivery item and sales order item. Okay. So this is the use of nested loop. Now I'm going to convert the same concept into read. Okay. So what I'm going to do is, let me copy this. Yep. So this statement is going to be replaced by read. So read table IT underscore VBAP into data. So here also on the flow you are able to declare that. So here where condition is nothing but with key. So that is the syntax for read table. You can't use where condition, but the functionality is same, where and with key. So with key you can say based on the Veblen is equal to, so that there's no change compared to the last syntax loop. That's it. But here the problem is, I can't say problem, here one additional check or validation is required, because you're not aware whether there is any data or not for this sales order number from this internal table in the read table property or read table statement. So for this you have to use compulsory one if condition based on size of bar C. So if not, what happens, syntactically you are correct. Even if it is not value, has any value, it will try to add the values to your internal table, or it is try to execute the particular code as well. So because we need this code to be executed whenever there is a data, otherwise it should not execute. So that's why I use size sub RC. So size sub RC is mandatory for business purpose, or I can say logical level, it's mandatory for the read table. Okay, and here I'm going to, okay, let's keep this. Yeah, I'm going to modify read table IT lives into data lives with key. So here you can't use OR operator, meaning you can't use AND as well. By default, if you use more than one field in read table, it considers as AND. Okay, but explicitly you are not able to mention and you can't use OR as well. Okay, so these are restrictions in read table. So now I'm going to use the same psi sub bars equal to 0. Read statement is executed, then add it. Okay, so I'm giving the append after all the read statement, because even if it is not having any data, I need my internal table to be filled. Even it doesn't have any item, I want this my final internal table to be filled at least with the header information. That's why I'm keep the append after all the if condition is executed. Okay, for the main loop. So here you can understand how this works, loop and read. So let me clear the IT final because we filled, right, using the loop in nested loop. So that's why I'm using clear here. Okay, just act over it. Probably redeclaration. Yep. So because it's already declared in the above statements, that is the reason. Hope it comes for this as well. So let me take out it. Hopefully I'm good. Oops, it's a copy paste mistake. So this is only one loop. I don't have any read table. Sorry, I don't have any nested loop. So one end loop is NF. Add to it. Yep. So loop. So there's only one loop and two read statements. Let's activate. You don't find any difference because functionality wise both are working same. Get the information based on the business and you keep it in the final internal table. So this works better than nested loop read table. I think 11 or 12 data, right? So 43 informations are over. Yeah, because I kept the append. Even if it is not delivery also, I need the information from the header information. So that's why it's take all the data in your IT underscore final. So if you see the information, some delivery fields has filled, some is not filled. Okay. So these are empty, even though I need all the details, all the entire sales order, then I need the delivery for it. That is the case. Based on the scenario, you can keep the append wherever you want. Okay. Now I am going to use a continue statement. What continue statement does? I feel some of the scenario, if there is no delivery, please don't continue further. So that is my idea. Please go to the next available record. For example, you are in the third record. I'm good till the third record because all the three has delivery number. And if the fourth record comes, it doesn't have a delivery, please don't go to the next statement and execute it. Maybe you have 50 lines and the 32nd line you're going to take a decision. If there is no delivery, please don't execute remaining 18 lines unnecessarily. So if you feel, okay, if there is no, based on a condition, don't go to the further, then you can go to the very next record and get the information. If it is past my validation, then go further. For example, so fourth one, no. Then go to fifth one, no. Go to sixth one, no, no, no. It comes here. So 21st, no. 22nd, yes. If there is a delivery, then go to further execute the further statement. Otherwise, go back and get the next record. For this, we are going to use the keyword called continue. Continue means it's go back to your loop again. Okay, so I'm going to have a check. If there is no delivery, I'm going to use else part. If it's equal to 0, it's fine. If it is no delivery, I'm going to say the condition continue. Okay, so what happens? Control comes till this line. So after this, I have only two. Suppose you have more than lines, that is also useful. So now I believe I don't want IT funnel to be filled if there is no delivery. So if this condition fails, that's what else condition. Else condition means this size of is probably not 0, maybe 4, 8 or 12. So continue. Whenever there is a continue between loop and end loop statements, automatically controls goes from the line number 85 to 66 and get the next record. Okay, let's see how many records finally we will get. Execute. So IT final. So it has only 11 record. Okay, let's see in the debugging. Okay, keep the cursor and choose debugger, go to statement. Okay, let me have a additional breakpoint over here. This was quite slow. Okay, press F8. Okay, so the condition is based on the header sales order header and item. One second. Veblen and PO's inner. So I want this to be as a delivery. Let's see one by one. What does size of bar say? So you can find the size of bar value here, or you can double click. Size of bar is 0. F8 full execution, and its second sales order 10. Size of bar is 0. Third sales order full execute. Third sales order execute 10. Size of bar 0. Fourth sales order. Now it's 4. Okay, because this sales order doesn't have the delivery information. So what happens if size number is not equal to 0? Control goes to from 80 to 85. I pressed F5. So control comes here. Continue. What happens if it is continue? It skips 87, 88, whatever code before end loop. It just skips the entire thing, and it go back to the loop again. From 85 to probably 60, yeah, 66. So it comes to 66 and it will take the next sales order. Now the sales order is currently it's 9, and if I press F5, it will pick the next sales order. Okay. Okay, VBAP, right? So let's come down. After read only VBAP execute. Here it's 5, from 9 to 5. So this is another sales order. So this is the usage of continue. Okay. So here also again size of bus is 4. Just execute. Okay, good. So just forget about this outer and inner loop. So then about the performance. So let's introduce a binary search. So VBAP, I'm going to use Veblen. By default, it's sort by Veblen only. If it is required, you can use it ITVBAP by Veblen. And I'm going to use binary search for my libs as well. So IT libs by VGBEL and VGPOS. So that is the basic criteria of binary search. So then you can introduce a keyword called binary search. That's it. So it actually increases the performance. The data wise, you're not able to find a difference. So only it just increases the performance of your read table. So here's very less table, but very less records. But in real time, for the production, you have a lot of records. So these are the steps where it increases your performance of your program. Okay, so sort and binary search. If there is no sort, you probably might find a different output from the read table over here. So let's see that. So currently it's on VGBL, VGPOS. Okay, let's let's comment the sort of libs, because by default libs is going to sort by delivery number and delivery item. But I want to explicitly change the sorting of for the delivery information by sales order and item. But I'm just commenting it until I'm going to use a binary search. Okay, you might see some data inconsistency between the previous one and now. So previously I got 11 records as a final information, but here let's see how much it comes. IT final has only 8 records. So but you're not aware of it now. Normally in development it happens. If you use binary search without a sort, it's very rare to identify. Maybe in a quality server or a production system, business might identify some data is missing because it won't give any error, and it just skipping some records. So you don't want to understand much about binary search algorithm, just go through it. Or technically you should be very aware, like if you use binary search, make sure the internal table is sorted of the fields whichever you're using in the where condition. Okay, so let me sort it again. So you will get 11 records. So normally in the code review, if you get a chance to code review, these are the very important points you have to include in the code review document. So if there is a binary search, that internal table to be sorted based on the with key fields or where condition fields. Now the data of IT final is 10 records. Okay, let's see the next one. What else? Yeah, no corresponding fields. Suppose I want to just check the read table, but I don't want to carry any values to any of the internal table. Means I don't want any details from VBAP table. If that is a scenario, I'm going to use transporting no fields. Okay, so don't transport anything from body to header of your internal table or work area of your internal table. So here VBAP is going to be empty, and make sure the scope of your internal table, or sorry, work area is ends, you have to clear it. So probably we normally use the clear in the loop statement, so to avoid some kind of issue. So if it is not clear, it just mess up with your data. Okay, VBAP final. And I think I have used the same loop previously. Let's clear that as well. Yes, here also I have to use, just clear all the work areas. If you have more work areas, internal table concept, better clear it. Okay, even single also, you have to clear it, otherwise it will automatically override with the next record. But if it is more than one, the safer side, just clear your work area. So the expectation is going to be no record, because if it is no transporting no fields, it doesn't have any value. VBAP, if it doesn't have any value, and the delivery they are not going to find, because this is going to be empty always. If it is everything is empty all the time, it go and hit the continue, and it's keep on running, it won't fill any single data over here. Okay, so this is not a valid scenario over here, because I'm not going to use transporting no fields, and then based on that I'm not going to use read table in the real-time scenario. So just see what is the meaning of transporting no fields. Execute. So my expectation is 0 records in IT final. Let's see. So here fi Sure, the system is quite slow today. So W underscore VBAP, that's clear now. Yeah. So I'm pressing F5, read table is getting executed, and size aparcy is 0, but VBAP doesn't have any data because I mentioned no transporting no fields, right? So that's why it did not transfer anything to your work area. Clear? So if that is the case, like you don't want any data to be carried to your work area, then use transporting no fields. So if you continue this, I'm going to press F8. And what is the data in IT final? 0. Okay, because delivery doesn't work because without a sales item. That's why my final is also not filled based on the if condition. I just kept it for continue. Okay, so these are about read tables, transporting no fields, binary search, sort. Okay, and just check one internal table based on the value and take the values and put it in the final internal table. So loop and read is very common in ABAP, and if you want to move any data to the final internal table, this is most useful. So already I have completed 40 minutes, so I need another 30 or 40 minutes for collect and types of internal table. So I'll just close this video over here, and probably I'll come with another video with collect and types of internal table. Thank you so much for your time. Just play around. If you have any doubt, please let me know. Thank you. Bye bye.